Welcome back everybody to Pokemon Expert Emerald. We're going to put our best foot forward in this episode and go straight to catching, but on top of that, I now have a new ally of sorts, someone to join in the Pokemon adventure, so everybody welcome ScurvyKip.
Hello.
Hi ScurvyKip. What are your thoughts on Pokemon Emerald?
It was the last Pokemon game I've actually played. Because after that I never got a DS, so...
Oh, no.
GBA SP was the last portable system I've ever had, and still to this day, I love it to death.
Well, you know what, it's a solid game, I can't begrudge you that, even if some of the new Pokemon games are brilliant. But,
I meant more the system itself. My favorite is, Gold and Silver, personally.
Oh, good call. I made a video recently pointing out that a lot of people consider those to be like the best of the best Pokemon-wise. But yeah, as for this LP itself though, Cat caught a bunch of Pokemon, gave them all funny little nicknames. We had Psyche the Abra, Spore the Paras, Woolie the Mareep, would have called it Mary if it were a girl, and Flowey the Sunkern. And on top of that, the game...
You're much better at naming things than I am.
What kind of stuff do you name your Pokemon?
I usually just go with the default, personally, but...
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Sometimes I will just do some stupid pun.
Puns are always... I mean, most Pokemon names are puns anyway, so, you know, that's rolling with it. But one of the NPCs we talked to just now in-game, they actually explain one of the changes with this ROM hack, in that it lets you reuse TMs. So...
Oh, that's nice.
It's super helpful. That's something the actual games didn't start doing until Gen 5 onwards, but it's like a godsend. It makes things so much easier. Anyways, catching a few more Pokemon. I really do have like a big, you'll hear it in everything, like a list of cute Pokemon names that I've given out. So we had Itsy Bitsy the Spinarak, Butters the Caterpie, Francis the Ladybar, and when we get to
I get that rep.
Oh yeah, a little bit of Bug's Life. And when we get to Wurmple here, things get a little more awkward. So this Wurmple is named Wiggles. And because Wurmple has a 50-50 chance of evolving into two different things, this is Wurmple, or this is Wiggles the Second.
Wiggles the Second.
It's like a dynasty of Wiggles. So, you know, I leveled up though. This is the real annoying thing about this ROM hack, or just Pokemon Emerald in general. And Wurmple as a Pokemon, it kind of annoys me, because you evolve it, you don't know what it's going to be, and if you have two different Wurmples evolve into the same thing, you then need to catch another Wurmple to have another shot.
Oh yeah, that was something I did not like as well.
Yeah, it's weird. It's the only Pokemon I know of that has that gimmick. That just straight up 50-50 coin toss could turn into two different things.
I thought that after Gen 4 or Gen 5, Kirlia would evolve into either Gardevoir or Gallade.
No, they're two different methods. So Gallade you have...
Oh, it's two different methods?
Yeah, Gallade is Dawnstone, Gardevoir is leveling up, so...
Gotcha.
Yeah, I run into the exact trap that I mentioned, and so I have to capture Wiggles the Third.
Hey, just keep going. Well,
it's a lineage of Wiggles. Anyway, then we have Buzzbo, the Weedle. Evolves into a bee. Kinda love Weedle. And, I do believe there's just one more Pokemon to catch in this episode before I, go on to take the gym leader.
That is a lot of bugs.
Yeah, they decided to just take all the bug Pokemon available from Gen 1 to 3 and just stick them all in the woods. And
I mean, it makes sense, because who would want to find, starter bug Pokemon all the way into the end game?
Well, you say that, but there are later areas where you can catch some bug types as well. I haven't caught all of them. There are a few. But,
I mean, you have Scyther or whatever. So, I mean, Scyther is not a starting bug Pokemon.
Scyther is a supreme badass, but,
Oh, hello.
This ROM hack does something really cool. It gives you overworld encounters with starter Pokemon who you otherwise wouldn't be able to find at all. So, hooray, Chikorita.
I like that they give you the literal worst starter at the beginning.
Yeah, I love Chikorita's design, don't get me wrong, but...
It is the definition of mediocre.
It is the most mediocre Pokemon, it really is. Like, even when it's fully evolved, it's just like, alright, cool.
I mean, even though Venusaur is not a very good Pokemon, at least it looks cool.
And when it Mega Evolves, it can be pretty beastly. It does have that.
Yeah, but we're in Gen 3, so that doesn't really count.
Good point, good point. Anyways, I spent so many actual real-life hours catching Pokemon that those berries that hadn't previously grown in the video had time to fully grow. That gives a good sense of...
Nice.
Yeah. A good sense
I don't know how long they take to grow. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Literal hours. I'd say like 12 hours of real life time.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been here a while doing this. This LP does take a long time to make. And here we have the first introduction to one of Pokemon Emerald's evil teams, Team Aqua. The other evil team being Team Magma. What are your thoughts on the evil team, ScurvyKip?
Well, I have not played Sun and Moon, but from what I understand, Team Skull is, like, the best ever, and I thought that was impossible because I love Team Rocket so fucking much.
Team Rocket are goofy, but Team Skull are just straight up, like, they're like living shitposts.
They're like literal children's cartoon villains, and it's great.
Yeah, and it's like they're aware of it and they love it and they embrace it, and that's what makes them so wonderful.
They're the condiment king of evil Pokemon teams.
Something like that, yeah. So
whereas Team Rocket is like you could take them as a legitimate threat. They're an not international, but they're a
recognized force.
Big time, like, Yakuza criminal syndicate.
What about Team Aqua and Magma, though? What do you think of those guys? Dumb?
I don't know. It's... their motivations seem kind of...
Dumb?
Kind of silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they take themselves too seriously.
They do, considering how dumb their plans
are. And that just gets kind of worse and worse as you go on through the generations, like Team Galactic or whatever.
Those guys are just kind of omnicidal. I don't know what to make of those. But, oh, by the by, Colonel Sanders has evolved. He's now a Kung Fu Chicken. Combuskin.
Ah, nice.
Who, unfortunately, and you know what, once I point this out, you'll probably never unsee it, is shaped very firmly like, a pair of balls and a penis.
Then what's with the arms? What are those supposed to be?
Just really, really horrible appendages. You should get those looked at. You should get a doctor's opinion on those, because sweet Jesus. It's just the fact that the Pokemon is a cock as well.
I mean, we've had, like, Kakuna and Metapod and whatever, so it's like, this doesn't bother me at all anymore.
Oh, yeah, just the living penis jokes. In fact, the entire franchise really boils down to a penis joke. It's called Pocket Monsters. If you think of it that way. And I think they knew. I think they knew from day one.
I'm just reminded, I think it was a Game Boy game, but there literally was a game called Monster in My Pocket.
Yeah, that was like a franchise. That was a thing. And that franchise, to what I know, I believe is the reason that they had to call it Pokemon here. Because
I'm pretty sure,
copyright, yeah, copyright infringement. Which is kind of funny to me, like, apparently just, there was a demand for naming your franchise after pocket-based monsters.
Well, I mean, that was the era of the Tamagotchi, so there's precedent.
Oh, yeah, oh, Tamagotchis, I remember those.
I had a Digimon Tamagotchi at one point.
Well, that's kind of what Digimon started off as, isn't it?
I don't remember if that came first or if the anime came first. I'm not sure.
I'm sure it was the Digivices that came first, but I'll tell you a little Tamagotchi story. My mother, she really didn't want us to have a pet in the house when I was little, and I really wanted a pet, so she said, "Here, take this Tamagotchi. If you can look after it after a month, I will get you a real dog." And when I went to school, she would kill the Tamagotchi.
Wow.
That's my mum! She's a cool mum, but that was kind of a dick move.
A little bit, yeah.
Anyways, little policy with this LP. If a fight is optional, and I run into it just by being, you know, clumsy, I ain't gonna show it off. Instead, I will show off Wiggles the Third.
Alright, let's go. Oh no!
Well, I was like, oh no, please don't be another one. Please don't make me catch Wiggles the Fourth. It's really hard to tell, and thank God.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's basically just a color difference.
Yeah, they're literally just recolors of each other, but when they reach their final forms, they look completely different.
Yeah. I can't spoil the name of the Pokemon because it's 3rd gen, but I cannot wait till you get to the other really dumb gimmick bug Pokemon.
Dumb gimmick bug.
You know the one.
I'm trying. Oh, I know the one. I know which one you're talking about. Yep.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite bug Pokemon after Scizor.
Yeah, it is a great one. Anyways, I skipped those last 2 battles because, you know, I ran into them by accident. They were optional. But I do want to show this off. So this is a double battle.
Oh yeah, double battles.
I love double battles. It's like a whole new mechanic introduced from Generation 3. Kind of simple in theory. Just send out 2 Pokemon against their 2 Pokemon. But it throws in just a whole new wave of strategy. It's way more fun to play the game like this. Like, double battle in general I find more fun. And, usually these girls would have a Lotad and a Seedot, 2 early grass types. As a little nod to the anime, the ROM hacker decided to give them Ekans and Koffing, Team Rocket's signature Pokemon from the first season anime. It is impossible to rattle this sort of knowledge off without sounding like an incredible nerd, but there you go.
I'm so happy that they kept Jesse and James throughout the entire anime.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of Ash as a character, but on the flip side, if it means we get more Jesse and James...
I'll never get tired of them. Ever.
Exactly, yeah.
Because, like, there's stupid schemes that they always pull. They never seem to just... It never seems to get old. Even though it's super, super derivative. Like, I understand that, they're basically doing the same thing every episode, more or less. But
they are like the Pokemon equivalent of Dr. Robotnik, I'd say. Right down to bringing in mechas, like noon mechas every now and then to try and, yeah.
It just seems that their deliveries are just so good and so over the top that I can't hate them.
Yeah, that is completely fair. Anyways, I do believe that we are nearing the end of the video. Wait, let me double check.
No, we're not.
We're like halfway through the video. Well, I'll tell you what I meant to say. We're near the gym leader. We're nearly, we're on our way to getting our first badge. That's a little more accurate. First of all, let's talk to this guy who gives us the cut HM.
So at what point in these series do they make the HMs just straight up usable items? I can't remember.
Sun and Moon, they just scrapped HMs completely, and the game is a million times better for it because...
Good.
While it is, a cool idea that you give your Pokemon cool moves that they can use outside of battle to help you around, it's really annoying because it kind of ruins your Pokemon's moveset by giving them really mediocre moves that you don't want them to use.
Well, I mean, there's only, like, Surf. That's it.
Yeah, Surf is the good one. The rest of the HMs are...
And Fly is okay.
Yeah, depending on the Pokemon. But outside of that, the HMs are complete naff. So, yeah.
Whenever I replayed through Gold and Silver, or in this case, Crystal, on the emulator, I would literally just cheat in 2 Mews to be HM slaves.
That's one way to break through the game, I guess, yeah. I mean, if you go so far as to add 2 Mews to the party, why not just bum rush the game with them and then kill everything? But there you go.
No, I never used them. I literally all I used them for was HM. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, I'd have 1 less slot, but, it's worth it.
By the way, there's a lot of evolution going on in this video. That's because bug Pokemon, or early game bug Pokemon, evolve super early. Usually they're like an in-game tutorial on evolution. That's kind of the point of them. But yeah, in this ROM hack, because you get all of them, it just becomes a constant mess of evolving Pokemon for a good while.
it's pretty great.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it makes you feel artificially good, like you've achieved quite a lot when you've really only leveled up Pokemon a little bit.
And you're not going to keep them.
No. Well,
Let's be real here.
Obviously, I've kind of redone this LP. I've done this LP before, but it wasn't very efficient before. I've now actually sat down, done a bit of maths, and plotted what order I'm going to catch Pokemon in, and what order I'm going to use them in a fashion that lets me catch them all quicker. That took me actual days of my life, but you know what? It's going to be worth it. We go and get through this. And again. Evolution.
Hell yeah.
So many evolutions.
I'm sad that you literally didn't name Weedle Snoop. That makes me sad.
Oh, I get it. You
get the joke, yeah.
I need to do that in my actual Pokemon games, like Sun and Moon. I should do that in that. Acquire a Weedle, or maybe an Oddish, because it's a weed Pokemon, and call it Snoop.
Yeah.
I think Oddish would be a little more fitting for it.
Probably.
Anyways, as you probably know, one of the big policies with this LP is that I show off the gym battles in their entirety. And you know what? Because I've got a full team of grass types.
And a water type, yeah.
/ water types, and a fighting type. All good against rocks. I kind of thought to myself, hey, this shouldn't be too tough. I should be able to power through this quite easy. I really, really underestimated how much harder this ROM hack is than the base game.
Oh, yeah?
It is an easy mistake to make. It originated in the first video where I got completely whooped by the rival, spamming Mud Slap. But yeah, first thing she comes at me with is a steel type. Oof, ouch, okay.
What is this? What is this garbage?
I mean, it's a rock type. I will give her that. It is a rock type, as well as a steel type.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
But for all intents and purposes, yeah, this is a tough start for me. So, batter it with a couple of water guns. Another annoying thing about this ROM hack is that, for some horrible, horrible reason, all of the gym leaders are given a ridiculous amount of healing items. They will heal themselves a lot.
Oh. Oh no.
I curse the Game Freak employee that first integrated that into the games, giving NPCs the ability to use items, because all it ever does is artificially extend and make battles more tedious. Can't stand it, not at all. But there goes Aaron. Amiga's nearly evolved there, or nearly leveled up there, so I do want to keep Amiga alive.
I need to ask what the reasoning behind naming him Amiga was. Or her, I'm sorry.
Well, you'll find that out at the end of the video. That's actually, yeah, I was going to bring that up. You'll find that out at the end of the video. But, yeah, this is complete BS. Fampi's not even a rock type. That's a ground type. And what's worse is that it knows rollout.
Oh, God.
So, even though this is the first gym leader, Roxanne here can pull off a Whitney strategy, if you will, and completely steamroll your entire team effortlessly.
That was a huge roadblock when I first
That was
played.
a huge roadblock for everybody who played Gold and Silver. Whitney was the worst, and it was solely because of rollout. It is a really overpowered move early in the game. And you know what? If you can set it up later in the game as well. In fact, I believe someone did a mathematical calculation for which Pokemon move would do the most damage out of anything in the whole series. And I believe it was like a level 100 Shuckle with its power boosted, using rollout 5 times on a level 1 Ladybar and getting a critical hit. And
that's a lot of damage.
I believe it did something like several millions, if not billions of damage. It did a ridiculous sum of damage. Like, so much you wonder if it's, like, capable of breaking the game kind of damage.
Oh yeah, causing, like, underflow glitches and whatever. Or overflow.
Yeah. Just utterly absurd. Anyways, this is where the battle starts to get really tough for me. Fampi's down, but now we have Nosepass. Like, Roxanne's actual signature Pokemon from the games. And I just forgot how strong Nosepass is.
Oh, Nosepass is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's got some hefty defense for an unevolved Pokemon. It's like, especially considering that it can evolve in later games, and in later games you can give it an Everstone to boost its defenses even higher. Nosepass is just, yeah, it's tough to take down, and it can use Thunder Wave.
That's what happens when you just straight up make a Moai head Pokemon.
Yeah. It's a cool Pokemon though. I like it. Kind of looks so goofy that I kind of love it.
Those things tank like literal like spaceship lasers.
Wait, real life Moai heads do that?
I'm talking about Gradius.
Oh, okay. I was really confused for a moment. I didn't know what you were referencing.
Gradius, Parodius.
Oh, got ya. I just thought Moai heads were susceptible to alien attacks for a moment there. Anyways, Rock Tomb. That's really starting to get my goat now.
That move is it's a good move.
Yeah. It's the fact that it clips your speed, which you do not want to be slower than a Rock-type Pokemon, because they're already defensive. If they're quicker than you, then you've got a real problem on your hands. Also being paralyzed. Also constantly digging. Like, it's like Roxanne knows that this is being recorded and wants to extend it for as long as she possibly can. She wants to exhaust our commentary, and I won't let her. She is not getting away with this. And, yeah. I face-palmed in real life when that happened. When Nosepass got reduced to 1 HP, but didn't go down.
That's terrible.
And then every subsequent attempt to hit the Nosepass
did not go your way.
Ended in failure, ended in paralysis. It's like, oh god.
Nope.
It's like pulling teeth.
Oh man.
Come on, Nosepass, just die.
Oh, excuse me, you mean faint?
Faint. Oh yeah, well, of course. It's a family-friendly game. We just beat their cute little animal pets into unconsciousness. That makes it okay. I'm sure that's where the ethical line is drawn. Alright, so it took a little bit of effort, but eventually finally get Nosepass down.
Yay!
And at this point I was just utterly dreading whatever Roxanne had in store for me next. Like, I just didn't want to know.
Oh yeah, that's right, this wasn't the last one.
Yeah.
Rhyhorn? Oh my god.
And it's a Rhyhorn! Like, jeez, that's a strong Pokemon for early in the game.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, it is both Rock and Ground type, quadruply weak to Raffi's Absorb, and still didn't do that much damage to it. Like, ooh, okay. A couple of Absorbs is what's required here. Sandstorm, kind of ineffectual to use there. It's a really slow burn attack there, which very, very gradually saps your opponent's health.
And yours as well if you end up switching it out.
If you don't have a Rock, Steel, or a Ground type, yeah. But, with that, Raffi does the job. Good on you, Raffi. Really annoyed I didn't call you Snoop. I may have to rename you to Snoop at the next given opportunity. In fact, I guarantee that I will do that. You are now going to be named Snoop, Raffi. And with that, there goes Roxanne. Whew.
That was rough.
Yeah, rougher than I thought it would be. I'm going to do a little bit more off-screen grinding now. As if I didn't already do enough. Anyways, let's find out why I called Lotad Amiga. Obviously, if it were male, I would have called it Amigo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now you're getting it. Now you're getting it. It's because Lotad evolves into a bizarre Spanish/Mexican stereotype Pokemon. And I say that not out of hatred. When it fully evolves, it flat out gets a sombrero and everything. It's kind of great, and I love it.
It's pretty great. It is one of my favorite Pokemon. Didn't Brock get one at one point?
He did, for some strange reason, because again, he should be a Rock-type dude. Don't know why he's deviating so hard there, but yeah, he does.
I mean, he also had a Zubat in the original series.
I guess he just didn't care about the rules, did what he wanted.
He wasn't a gym leader anymore. Who cares?
Okay, that's fair. Anyways, that does bring us to the end of this episode. And, oh dear.
Oh no, not again.
It's been like, 10 minutes and you're already being accosted by a pirate again. You're being bullied by pirates. A team of pirates.
They stole the goods.
Alright, so, what would have been, a nice easy progression to the next part of the game has now turned into a rescue.
A fetch quest.
Let's go be a hero. Bye.
Bye-bye.